Good to have you on. Why no ceasefire, Deputy Mayor? Good morning.
Good morning. Well, we've already seen the result of the vote when Hamas this morning once again rejected a very reasonable proposal for a ceasefire in return for the hostages. So that is a direct correlation to, unfortunately, passing a vote that did not link the release of the hostages with the ceasefire last night in the UN. These things have consequences, and the terrorists are very aware of what they can get away with.
But it's a surely responsibility now for a democratic state such as Israel to abide by a UN resolution. The other side we're talking about are terrorists. That's not Israel, Deputy Mayor. I think
that's right, but that means that we're fighting an inherently very, very unfair war, because we have to follow all the rules and they have to follow none of the rules. And so how does that seem fair to you when we didn't even start this war? So it's a war we didn't start. We were brutally attacked, as you well know. They did unmentionable things to children and women. They continue to rape and torture our captives. And yet, somehow, we have to make a ceasefire with getting nothing back.
Deputy Mayor,
does that seem fair to you?
Well, Deputy Mayor, you cite fairness. Can I ask, is it fair to continue to shell innocent Palestinians? And the number that the Hamas-run health authorities put out is that 32,000 of whom have died. This isn't about fairness now, is it? This is about seeking some form of resolution.
Let's unpack the numbers for a second.
Well,
we don't know if that's true.
I did say Hamas put the figure out, but
that's right,
you will accept thousands of people have
absolutely
died.
But do you accept that 14,000 people of those who are apparently died are combatants? Because those are our numbers. Do you accept that?
I don't know. I'm sure I would hope, yes. I would hope it's more than 14,000.
So if we already accept that, we're not talking about 32,000 innocent civilians.
But you must...
It's bad enough. We're not talking about 32,000 innocent civilians.
Okay.
If we know the battalions that we've killed come to about 14,000 people. So let's try and take out the combatants into this very unfair, made-up number that everybody keeps quoting.
I hate this because
these things where they are.
Okay, we're still talking about thousands of innocent people. So again, I say I don't know how we can cite fairness.
And let me tell you
what's
fair. And let me tell you what's unfair. What's unfair is that these innocent people are part of Hamas's defense strategy. That's what's unfair. They have 3 defense strategies. One is our hostages, and the second is their innocent people. And so when you're facing an enemy that is good for them when their own innocents die, how do you fight that war? How would any country fight that war? Let me ask you something else, Nikki. If it was your child in those dungeons, what would you want your government to do to get your child out?
I doubt if I would still have my sanity if my children were caught up in it.
What wouldn't you want your government to do to get your child out of that hellhole?
I understand that. I don't know if killing other children helps matters, but if we move more to a global...
We don't go to kill other children.
No, it's an unfortunate byproduct. I accept that, but it is
zero intention to kill innocent civilians.
I know, but that is an unfortunate byproduct.
This is an unfortunate part of a war we did not start.
But if we move to the global aspect now, are you not fearful that it could seem Israel will become isolated, Deputy Mayor? You now have this vote, the first time the vote has gone through, and the US, an abstention. That surely shows that there is a degree of isolation for Israel, Deputy Mayor.
Well, I'll tell you who is not complaining about us trying to get rid of Hamas, and that is the moderate Arab Sunni countries who understand who's behind all of this.
If we could stay with the UN, do you not think...
They're not complaining, and in fact, they want us to get rid of Hamas, as do Egypt and Jordan.
14 council members voting in favour of the ceasefire resolution, the US abstaining. Again, lastly, Deputy Mayor, and I'm very grateful for your time, do you not think this risks Israel looking very isolated?
Maybe it does, but at the end of the day, we have an obligation to defend our citizens. And what happened on the 7th of October can never happen again. Hamas have clearly stated they will do it again. And so, unfortunately, we are fighting a war we have no choice but to fight.
All right. I hope the next time we can speak, it's on a more positive note as the hostages come home. Thank you for your time.